Recently, I've gotten an addiction. Now, you might ask, what is this addiction? Is it crack cocaine? No, it's worse. It's an Australian animated show for toddlers. Let me introduce you to Bluey, the best show of all time. Now, you might ask yourself, this show can't be that good if it's for 4-year-olds. That's what a pussy thinks. If you think that, you're missing out on one of the best made, most thematically rich, most bingeable shows of the last few years. So, what's so special about this blue talking dog that it has completely taken over my life? Well, let me explain. Bluey is a show that follows this dog, Bluey, as they grow up. Now, you might think that sounds a bit boring, but if you think that, you're most likely missing the point. You see, this show isn't actually about this child. It's about the adults raising them. The point of the show is to both teach adults on better ways of raising their kids, while also showing how common it is to waste your childhood, as it moves by too fast. The show has themes of recollection on childhood, as well as adults' unwillingness to embrace their childish side. The show emphasises the importance of great pacing in any movie or TV show. The show consists of 5-minute shorts that perfectly place every aspect they need for the episode that removes the filler. The reason this pacing works so well in the show can be seen in the smart way the show uses character to create conflict. It really shows how important this element of storytelling can be in creating a connection with the audience. Each character has distinct traits that perfectly play off each other. You have the dad, Bandit, who is more laid back with their children, which leads to some situations where they are unable to properly communicate with their children. This is contrasted by the mum, Chili, a character who is almost the complete opposite. They are a lot more distant with their children, but not in a way that makes them a bad parent. It simply means that they only help their children when necessary. This often leaves the kids to come up with their own solutions to problems. Then you have the two kids, Bingo and the title character, Bluey. They are also opposites in many ways. Bluey is quite outspoken, while Bingo usually is more closed off. This leads to conflicts between the two, in which Bluey speaks for them. Bluey usually prefers to take centre stage, but because of their upbringing, they are also able to deal with sharing without complaint. A usual episode will consist of a setup of the main theme of the episode before moving onto the plot. This usually isn't actually important, even though it takes up a majority of the episode. These plots are usually childhood games that are intertwined with the thematic elements of the episode. So, the episode may be about exploring a beach, but the real meaning behind the episode is the importance of letting your child experiment on their own. While each episode does have a thematic plot point tying things together, the show also has an overall theme of raising children as an adult. I believe this is the reason it resonates so well with adults. Because the main thematic driving force of the show is aimed at adults, because the writers are smart enough to know that children will be unlikely to pick up on the themes, and so it will not affect the viewing experience. Another thing that adds to the amazing combination of elements is the soundtrack. It slaps. Now, you might ask, there is no way a soundtrack for an Australian children's show has a better soundtrack than Dune. Well, the music has so many peaceful melodies that perfectly help make the tone clear from the offset. There are usually a lot of woodwind instruments and piano that keep things simplistic, while also leaving some room for complexity as songs progress. The soundtrack is usually one which can work for both joyous scenes as well as more introspective and depressing scenes. When combined with the wonderful art style which is simple but not too simple as to be cliché, like a majority of kids' cartoons are today. The colour palette is excellent because the colours used help to keep the characters distinct and memorable. For example, half of the cast is blue, while the other half is orange. This mix of complementary colours makes sure the designs are distinct, and you instantly know who is who, which stops confusion. The sizes of characters also vary quite a bit, from tiny square-shaped children like Muffin to full-on sausage dogs. This also helps with variety. The design of things moves beyond the characters too. The designs of buildings and outdoor areas also keep the same level of consistent quality. The outside locations are usually a vibrant green that makes every location memorable, and the indoor ones have a warm brown in most locations. Not to mention the beautiful architecture of these places. Yes, it's probably Australian propaganda, but it's propaganda done right. Speaking of propaganda, it's something that's a part of this show that a lot of people won't talk about. But for me personally, I found it to be heavy-handed in parts. There are many scenes in which the characters go to a creek and admire the wildlife, and in another, a character who is unfamiliar with Australia explores the outback. I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about because it is the only thing which ruins the immersion for me. And I understand that the show is funded by the Australian government, and it may be out of their control to change this, but even making the promotion of Australia more subtle would have helped me. The only other real issue for me is the drop in quality between seasons. While season 1 is clearly best thematically, the other 2 seasons focus less on the thematic elements of the show. This doesn't make them bad, as they improve in other aspects. For example, the second season focuses more on expanding character, and the third improves the humour of the show. So it isn't without purpose. It makes me wonder if future seasons will focus back on the parental themes that for me were integral to my enjoyment of the first season. For some people, I see the amount of episodes a season being an issue. With 50 episodes a season, it's quite a daunting undertaking, but it's saved by the fact that the episodes are so short. The thing with the episode count that saves things is the addictive nature of episodes. Because the episodes are paced so well, you barely feel like any time has passed between episodes. So you think, might as well watch another, until it's 3 AM and you're halfway through the second season. This brings me back to the addictive nature of the show. Because it's so short, well-paced, and simple to follow, you are constantly engaged with what is happening, and find it difficult to stop watching, because it is simple plots mixed with more complex aspects that you can be free to explore if you want to engage with the show more. It really shines because of its simplicity. The show has one goal, the same goal any good piece of media has, a goal that seems to be lost in modern shows and movies for both children and adults. This goal is making you feel something, be that happiness or something deeper. And for me, it does so in a way I've never seen done before, especially in the genre of children's entertainment. It makes me hopeful for the future of our race, that we are getting such well-made pieces of media raising the future generations. Hopefully, the show grows in both popularity from this point, as well as grows its thematic element in future seasons.